Hey y'all, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the previous part we finished the dungeon right here that I can't remember the name of. Face Shrine, right. We finished the Face Shrine, and now in this part we're going to be making our way to the next dungeon. We're going to get to the dungeon, but we're not actually going to do any of the dungeon because there's actually quite a lot of things we have to do before we get there. And our owl friend is going to come tell us about, what we have to do. Hoot. The many monsters of this island fear that the windfish is about to awaken. The monster's power is real. They may conquer the island and destroy their foes. That day may come soon. Now, go to the mountain tower. Fly like a bird. Hoot hoot. So that last line, fly like a bird, is actually a kind of a bit of a hint as to what we have to do. It's not a very good one, but it's there. No, I'm about to get my super boomerang back out. Ouch. Thank you for hurting me. I'll get this way. So the first place we're going to go to is the sign maze, which we've seen before, but I haven't actually really talked about much. But we got to go there so that we can get a new song for our ocarina. Unfortunately, the fastest way to get there is to walk. Very slowly. Ouch. Alright, so down here is the sign maze. I didn't get a chance to use my boomerang, dang it. Oh wait, let's do that the other way. There we go. Hey, first try. See, I am good at this game. Actually, yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is the sign maze. We basically have to follow the directions of these signs. Very, very carefully, because if you mess up and read the wrong sign, you have to start over. And that can be annoying. And also, the signs, they're not quite right. I mean, the goal is to follow in a straight line from where the sign is to the next sign, and then read that sign. But it's not always that clear. So this time we're going to go this way, and this is the sign we have to read. Now we're going to go down. There's a rock in the way to throw you off slightly. But this is the right sign here. Now we're going to go left. And the correct sign is way over there. I did need the hook shot first. Alright, now we're going to switch over to this. Pick this up, kill that. Switch back to that. Read the sign. Now we have to go up. So we're going to go over again. I did not want to get that. I'm so glad that I got that. Okay, I thought it was going to be an enemy. Oh, there's an enemy. Okay, so go up from here. This is the sign. Now we're going to go left. But not this one. This one is... You'd seem like that one's directly in line, pretty much. Oh, God, reading the same sign over again screws you up. That's great. I'm so glad I did that. Okay, stand by while I get back to where I was because I'm an idiot. Okay, so like I was saying, you'd think it'd be that sign right there, because that's pretty much in line, but no, it's not that sign, it's this one. So, like I said, it's a little screwy. Now, this sign, and this sign, this sign, this sign here. And this is another one. It's not this one. You think it's this one, but it's actually this one. This time it's this one. Oh crap, I can't remember if it's this one or the one over here. I think it's the one over here. Yeah, okay. So that was another tricky spot right there. So it's not, I mean, the rule's kind of flexible, I guess. But anyway, there's this frog guy here. This is totally Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2, the American version, not the Japanese. So he's gonna say he's gonna listen to them jam for 300 rupees, which is quite expensive, but we're gonna pay it because we need to hear this song, which is awful, by the way. So here we go. This goes on for far too long. Quite unpleasant. But that is the new song. And this song gives us the ability to bring things back to life. So they're making references to that. They don't outright say it, but they make references to that. But anyway, now we're going to head back to maybe Village. And we're going to use Mambo's Mambo to get there. At least Mambo's Mambo is pretty good. Do I have the potion? Oh, I do. Okay. I was about to say I can get some more of Crazy Tracy's lovin' if I didn't have it. Alright, so now that we're back here in the village, we're going to head over to the rooster statue. Marin was standing here near the rooster statue for the longest time in the game. That's actually where you're supposed to get the first song from her, but I kind of forgot to do that, and I had to get it from Animal Village after she went there. Anyway, point is, now that we have the level 2 power bracelet, we can push this statue out of the way, and it reveals a hidden staircase with the remains of a special rooster. And now that we have the song that brings things back to life, we can, let's select the right song, we can bring this rooster back to life. So this is the flying rooster. Or the blue rooster, I don't know. This is kind of creepy. It's like soul flies in and like reanimates its body. But for some reason all its skin and feathers come back, which is cool, I guess. Wow, the rooster has recovered. He seems very friendly. So he's going to follow us around just like Bow Wow and Marin did. And the ghost. So now that we have this guy, we can actually go get a piece of heart that we couldn't get before. So we'll go grab that real quick. It's over at Kanto Castle. So let's do that. Oh, I haven't explained what this guy does. So, now that we have this guy, we can pick him up and he will allow us to fly. So that's his whole thing. Which is actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But it has a lot of restrictions, unfortunately. You can't fly over, like, barriers and stuff. So, while it's nice, you can only fly over very specific areas. Which kind of limits its functionality. But you can avoid most enemies with it, which is cool. So here's the area that we couldn't get to before. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a piece of heart. I'm thinking of something else. It's a secret seashell, which we haven't got one of these in a while. We're gonna get 2 more in this episode. Yeah, click lots of these. That should put us up to. So we got 17 now. That'll put us up to 19. We'll need 1 more after that to finally have enough to get the final prize from the Seashell Mansion. Alright, so now that we have that, we're actually going to teleport because it's faster. Again, oh, I keep doing that. We're gonna teleport back to Mambo's little pond, the place that it takes us to. From here, we're gonna head towards the mountains, just like the nice owl told us to do. Ah, I didn't want to pick you up. Go away. So many item switches. That's the only thing I really can say that I'm not pleased with about this game. You have to switch items so many times and it gets so tedious. Wrong way. The bad thing about drinking chocolate milk is it gets stuck in my mustache. Quite a lot. That's the wrong spot. And I just cannot go the right way today. This is where we have to go up. And our friend the owl is going to be here again. Whoop-de-doo. Hoot hoot. Your path is not easy, but you are almost there. Go east. The windfish is getting restless. Greeting. So we have to go to the east side of the mountains, according to the owl. So we'll do that. Go away. I banish you with my amazing boomerang. Although my amazing boomerang can't break these little crystals, I need the sword for that. Oh, don't shoot me. Oh, great. I'm so glad that I picked up that stupid freaking acorn and still got hurt. So this piece of heart, we're finally gonna get this piece of heart. It's been like taunting us for the longest time. Oh, I'm so glad I walked into that stupid crystal. Okay, so that chest up there, that's one of the chests that I went and got when I was collecting rupees to buy the bow. Alright. So you may remember this area, we've been here before. It was the area that we had to drain the waterfall or whatever so that we could get to the dungeon. Or actually, it's the area we had to hop down from after we drained the waterfall. Anyway, point is we've been here before. But we haven't been over to the right, so we're gonna go over to the right and head up these stairs because there's some stuff to do over here. I'm gonna switch to a weapon that's not gonna leave me defenseless. Alright, so cool little cameo up here. We all know Terran looks remarkably like Mario. Basically, it's a Mario cameo. But Luigi's in the game as well, and he's chilling up here on the mountain. There he is. That's Luigi with his hat on, and he loves chickens. Wow, amazing. That rooster is actually flying. Just like I said, eh? So you try to hold it above your head, cluck, cluck. Yeah, so he's basically telling you what you have to do with it. If you go there without the rooster, he says that the chickens aren't as good as they once were, because in the past they could fly. So, yeah, that's all that's about. We're gonna head this way, and instead of using the hook shot, we're gonna just fly across with our fancy rooster. Because it's faster than switching items. Alright, so in this bush is actually a little hidden area. And kill everything in here first. Gonna try to not get hurt by this guy. Yeah, I did it. So, it is pretty well hidden, but if we come down here, this wall here, and let me switch the sword, is, bombable. This is what it normally sounds like. Bombable walls sound like this, which is quite a stark contrast. So we'll bomb this wall, and avoid some enemies. I thought I had my boomerang out, not the bombs. There we go. And here we are, finally, we get this piece of heart that has been taunting us for so long. Alright, so there is actually more to this little cave area, but now's not the time to go further that way, so we'll just head back out. That's all we want for now. That's actually the direction you have to head to get to the final dungeon. Well, not the final, I guess the Windfish's egg would be the final dungeon, technically, but I guess you say the 7th dungeon. Alright, we're gonna head over here to the right as well. So there's more things to collect. If I can pick up my rooster, there we go. Oh yeah, you can't transition screens with the rooster, which is both annoying and annoying. Okay, so under here is another secret seashell. That's number 2. Oh wait, did we get the third one? Anyway, it's a number of secret seashells. No, there's still one. I forget where it's at all of a sudden. Okay, so over here there appears to be nothing, but it's actually one of the camera spots. I said I was gonna wait till the end to get all of them, but I accidentally collected one anyway, so we'll just go ahead and get it now since we're up here. So basically, to trigger it, you just have to walk back. Nope. Oh, maybe you can't get it with the rooster with you. Oh, that's lame. Yeah, that seems to be the issue. You can't seem to get it when you have the rooster. I did not know that. Well, that's news to me. Anyway, if you walk back there and then walk back, the camera mouse comes and takes a picture of you. I guess you can't do it with the rooster though. Alright, so we're gonna head into this cave. And in here is something that we need. We're just gonna use the rooster to fly around this little blockade. And around this as well. And this is the key to the next dungeon. There we go. So there was a reason that we came over here. It wasn't just to get collectibles. Oh, and the reason I used the Rock's Feather for that is it's really annoying to try to pick up the rooster just to fly over that one little block area. It's actually, I find it easier to use the Rock's Feather. So now we can actually just push the blocks to get out of here. And there's nothing to the left, so don't even bother going over there. I'm trying to remember where that last secret seashell is, but I do not remember. Oh, yeah, wait, I remember. So glad I collected this. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, so now we're going to head back down and go further to the right. And actually right here is where the, hop out of the water. Yeah, get wrecked, son. Right here is actually where we are going to get the last secret seashell. So that little dry spot is supposed to be the hint that you can bomb that wall. It's not a very good hint if you ask me, but it's there. And in here is, so 5 chests, but you do not want to touch any of them at the moment, because if you open them and don't get all of them open, then you can kiss the rest of them goodbye, because when you leave the area and come back, all the chests will be open. So don't touch any of them now, because if you're coming from the top, you can't open all of them. You have to open them all from the bottom. So we're going to just pass by all of them, go outside. That's the thing to do. Oh, I did not mean to put a bomb down. Now you're back. Alright, so there's the third secret seashell for the episode. Like I said, there's going to be 3 in this episode. And we've only got 1 to go before we can get the prize from the mansion. So now we're going to go back in and we can open all these chests. It's actually pretty easy. We're going to open this one first. And then push this block, open this one. And we'll push this block and open this one. And then this block up, this block left, open this one. It's all 20 rupees, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. And finally this one. So if you don't do that correctly, you will not be able to get all those. But it's not like you're missing out on, you know, like a huge important prize or anything. It's not like a heart piece or something fancy. Not even a secret seashell. It's just rupees. That's it. Oh, I'm so glad I walked into that guy. Man, I'm good at this game. Alright, so now we're gonna go up here. And this is basically just, the rest of this is just getting to the dungeon now. And we gotta walk through a bunch of caves to get there, as you can imagine. Alright, so I'm not even gonna mess with this area. I'm just gonna fly over everything with my fancy rooster. Take that, Keys. Aha! Alright, so now we gotta double back, go up here, loop around, go downstairs, do some flying, Do some more flying. Just screw all these enemies. I'm not even gonna waste my time with you. You've got to use the hookshot for this because you can't fly over that cliff edge with the rooster for whatever reason. Like I said, there's some weird rules to when you can use the rooster and when you can't. And that's one of the areas. Now that we're down here, you can open this cave here. It's just a fairy fountain. But I guess I'll go ahead and heal up anyway since I'm missing 3 hearts. Let's heal your wounds and get rid of all that stress. Close your eyes and relax. I feel so relaxed. Okay. So now that we've got that done, we're gonna head. Oh, did not mean to do that. We're gonna head through here, and this is the last cave we gotta go through. Luckily, it's a short one. Don't worry about any of these enemies in here, and we're out. So that was quick and easy. And here is the dungeon. I think this is quite literally the most difficult dungeon in the game. As far as puzzles go. This dungeon is, it's a pretty big puzzle in here, involving multiple floors, so you have to think about verticality in this dungeon. Much more than any other dungeon thus far, if at all. I don't think there's been a previous dungeon where you really had to worry about verticality. But yeah, there's a big puzzle involving that in this dungeon, and I think this is the most difficult because the next dungeon is hard, but it's more like enemies that are strong hard, not like puzzle hard. So this is Eagle Tower, or Eagle's Tower. So yeah, anyway, that's where we're gonna end it for today. I may stream this dungeon because this is a dungeon that I definitely don't have memorized at all. So it's probably gonna take me an hour or two, maybe not 2, but an hour, hour and a half to beat it just playing it. I'm not gonna look up a walkthrough or anything. I'm just gonna play it and try to beat it. So yeah, look forward to that. I may do it tomorrow or the next day depending on how much work I do on my deck or anything like that, because I'm still working on my back deck, trying to get it fixed up. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching guys. Until next time, take it easy.